Hey everybody, back again. This video, it's going to be on a different setup here, and the reason for it is I wanted to do a video about Project Fear. I'm a big supporter of theirs. I am part of the Fear Club, and I just wanted to do some, video review clips of their latest one. I already watched it on the big screen and the even bigger screen, and now I'm gonna watch it with you guys. I'm going to give my opinions here and there, but I'm also going to be chopping it up and cutting out some of the fluff. Just doing like normal people do. This isn't going to be a permanent all the time thing. This is only going to be the setup for paranormal groups that I believe in, and sometimes I'll do like a Jasco or that other guy. I can't even remember his name. He's not that important. But this is going to be the setup for that, or this type of deal. The rest of the time when I'm doing breakdowns and everything, that's going to be my normal, full screen business. But this is going to be highlighting their stuff. So let's get into that.
Now that we have calmed our heart rates down a little bit.
Yo, hell no, dude!
Is there someone actually up there that ran?
Hello?
Part of me is hoping that I'm wrong.
It's him.
But we'll know when we edit this. We'll play that back.
What goes to that?
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Project Fear. So right now we are at the Fairfield County Infirmary. This is a haunted location we visited back in 2019, where Alex captured our most shocking footage to date. While doing a solo, he captured a jail cell opening in front of him.
That is still probably the coolest thing that I've ever captured, and it happened here in this building. So again, we are at Fairfield. We're shooting a very special video today with a very...
Yeah, now, back then, they were super popular, but still not as popular. They were top 5 of the paranormal groups out there. It's just with the whole other guy who basically clipped their wings, so to speak. They had to rebrand and start fresh. But that episode, I know these prison doors, I know these setups, they are a bitch to move. That door is heavy. It's not going to blow open even if you put one of those industrial like 65-inch fans in there. It's not going to blow it open. That door literally just swung open. And that was amazing to catch. And I'm glad that they caught it. It really is freaking awesome.
Special guest. Back in March of 2023, we did a Kickstarter to help fund the Project Fear YouTube channel. And with that Kickstarter, we had a bunch of awesome different prizes and rewards.
However, the top contribution for this Kickstarter was a $10,000 contribution, which was a guest spot on Project Fear. In today's video, we have
Anybody that can drop 10 grand like that, that's insane. If I had the funds, I would do that. But interestingly enough, Without insurance, my trip to the hospital cost like $3,800. This last time that I went, $17,500 roughly, and it's sad when you can go to the hospital without insurance and it costs a fraction out of pocket compared to with insurance. Like, why do I have insurance if it's not covering that? So, that's another bill down that I gotta pay down. But I mean, if I had the money, I would have paid that and then some. I would have done one of each tier. I mean, hell, if I won the lottery and got millions of dollars, I'd be funding this group and a couple of others to do as many places as they want. I'd throw the funding. If I won like a big jackpot, I'd start a production company and only do the YouTube paranormal groups, and that'd be my thing. Is just back them, and then work off the revenue from gifts and gadgets and all the gear. Which I'm looking at getting the Ducky blanket, but that comes after bills paid.
Have the opportunity to film with one of those generous contributors.
So, without
Further ado,
I was gonna say,
oh my God! So, without further ado, we have our very special guest tonight, Rick Dersh. Rick, we're so happy to have you.
there we go. Give me one.
Okay, so we got Rick here. Rick, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself, who you are?
I'm just some old guy who likes paranormal.
And somebody who
really
has 10
enjoyed watching
grand
what you guys
to
did. So
laying around.
we were canceled
Donate.
and then came back and said, hey, if we can do this, we're going to do it. I went, I got to help.
heck yeah,
go.
you're part of the redemption.
Yeah, Rick.
Yes.
Seriously, thank you so
Well, not
much
redemption,
for
more of a
contributing.
rebirth.
It's people like you are the
Redemption
reason we're
means
doing
that
this
they did
today.
something.
I'm just one of many.
How do you feel about being here, standing in the haunted location where we have one of our most iconic episodes?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
A little bit nervous. Just really want to see what you guys do.
Well, this will be interesting. Rick's going to be with us the entire night. If you think you're going to get out of this unscathed, I got a few words for you later. You might have some experiments.
Might be asking for a refund.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You
I'm ready. Let's do this, guys.
Okay, well, we're gonna go and set up somewhere in this building, and we're gonna read the packet of information, kind of get a nice rundown of what we're dealing with, and from there, we are gonna start the overnight. All right, so we just finished the packet, and right now we're gonna start exploring this location. I think we should just kind of walk around and urban explore, but eventually make our way to the morgue.
All right, Rick, lead the way.
If there's anybody in here, we'd like to introduce ourselves. We are going to be here for the rest of the night tonight. We come here with nothing but respect, and we would love to have a conversation with you. My name is Dakota.
I'm Alex.
I'm Tanner.
I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Rick. I'm new to this. I have this device in my hand called the Spirit Talker. I'm going to turn it on, and you can use your words and talk to us if you'd like.
Now, I'm one of the few people that don't really believe in the cell phone app devices and type tools because they're programmed a specific way. They have access to your microphone and your camera and all your stuff. So there is always that chance of tomfoolery when it comes to the app programmers. Like if you hear, word X come up so many times, then start using this list of words or words that pertain to it or are connected to it. So it's always something to be on the lookout for, especially if you have multiple devices and they're all apps or programmable machines. It kind of throws a loop into it.
We were here a few years ago. Do you remember any of our faces?
What was that? Whoa!
Holy
I gotta say, when they play the sound effects and then they replay it without the sound effects, I prefer without sound effects because it brings you more into the moment. Sound effects makes it feel like you're watching a movie rather than being a part of something. Because if you're watching a movie, you're just in the experience, so to speak. But when you do sound effects, it throws that, I'm just enjoying something. Whereas without the sound effects, you get those blinders on, you get that tunnel vision, and it puts you in that moment.
It's like spirits coming out of their rooms, like intrigued. And that's why we keep hearing it in every part of this floor.
Right. That's a good point.
It's weird that we've been in here this whole time. We haven't even been to the jail cell yet. Let's just creep our heads into this jail cell.
Okay.
And see what the spirit talker might say. Actually, let's let Al go first.
Sounds like a great idea.
Let's go check it out.
Let's go have my moment with this door again. Bro.
How's it feel, Al?
Heavy.
You're talking about the door or yourself?
A little bit of both. Yo. I don't like being back in here.
Is there somebody in the cell with us? Can you tell us what you did to be put in here?
So last time we were here, this cell door opened. Can somebody shut this cell door? If not now, can you at least do it at some point?
Now, this steel door, the one right here, that pattern and steel, that is 1/8 inch flat stock bar, and that stuff's heavy. I use it for a lot of stuff that I do, welding, trailers, putting together, the AC stands and the platforms for the industrial and commercial size air conditioner units. That stuff, it takes a lot. You can take a 1 foot section of that flat stock, put it between two sawhorses, and you can literally kneel on it with one knee, and it'll support a good 250-pound person. That stuff is heavy, it's dense, and if it's hot rolled or cold rolled, then it has a very dense structure to it where it resists cutting. Like you can have a hacksaw or a file and you could just go to town on it for a long time before it even does anything. Some of these prison bars are made so good, especially back then, where you take a hacksaw blade now made for metal and you'll flatten teeth before you make a big dent through that steel.
Tonight, stop.
And it just stays there. It doesn't rebound back. It doesn't do anything else.
So someone had to have literally been.
Yeah. The fact that he pushes it and it's going fast and then it just stops, one, the door is perfectly level. perfectly level. You look at the walls behind them when they're in there and you see all that cracking and stuff. That is the foundation edges slowly lowering or, collapsing under pressure, and the outside walls are pulling away slightly. So the walls are cracking. But the interior walls right here, these interior walls are still so straight up and down that this door is not leaning one way or the other. So if it was any way out of whack, it would either just open on its own slowly or close on its own slowly. This door, you set it someplace and leave it, and it stays there. That is not only, showing how well the craftsmanship was, but also tells you that these hinges are still in perfect condition, even after being probably painted 1,000 times. But also, you have perfect hinges, perfect door, perfect everything. Yet the last time they were there, the door just goes. How?
Pushing it the whole way through to get this to open. And
Yo, there's something down this hallway. I'm hearing something consistent.
at the end,
322.
yeah, 322 is literally right around the corner.
Where are you at? Can you make a noise for us?
God, I missed that the first time, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go frame by frame and figure out what the heck that thing said. It probably said like us or something. Oh. Like it's like. I don't know.
Chelsea, this is the room.
So this is the room where I felt off
Yeah.
last time.
We ended up going out in that hallway and just sitting there.
Oh, and I'd like to congratulate her on her wedding and everything. Congratulations. I hope it goes great for you. I mean, I know Tanner's out there searching for love, searching for himself. He's apparently he's going to Target looking for women, but women that go to Target are usually already taken and they're there shopping while their husbands are out in the car waiting for them. So maybe try like a Whole Foods or something.
Are you dizzy?
Can you tell me who affected Chelsea the last time she was here? What's your name?
Oh wow, there's a freaking coffin.
What?
Yes, there is.
It's gross.
It's really gross, a freaking coffin.
Wait, is this like a used coffin?
Looks pretty damn used. That's disgusting.
Yikes! Like,
Sorry.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, coffins can't support the weight of the dirt that is put on top of them. You can get the most expensive, lavish, beautiful coffin, but if you don't pay for the encapsulation, after they put, I think it's 2.5 to 3 feet of dirt on the coffin, it collapses. You take a trip to any kind of mortuary and look at their coffins. You can see like all that fabric and pretty shit that's on there, but if you just push your finger into the fabric, you can feel the stamped steel or aluminum or whatever through it. It's very thin. You're talking like old school car doors, thin metal, and that's it. There's no support structure, there's nothing. I mean, it's very thin. And these coffins, the one that's in here in particular, that was a reclaimed coffin. Somebody was buried in it, and then it was later dug up. The body was removed and reburied, but the coffin was kept. And I mean, that's one, it's kind of grody because there was, you know, a dead person in there, and all the you know, stuff happened, and they liquefied skin and everything, and it just kind of seeped into the fabrics and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, you don't know what kind of diseases that might carry, but that caved in, crushed top, that's kind of what happens. I mean, back then, this coffin was actually made a lot better than it is now. So yeah.
You always have to touch the piano, don't you, Tim?
Can you make a noise in the direction you...
Okay, so just a heads up, this bucket right here, this is something you're going to be seeing in the future. That is a clue.
Want us to go?
Because if you look just to the side of it, there's this little white dot. That is some kind of bar of some kind.
Why do I hear footsteps?
Yes.
I heard the same thing.
Out here.
Yeah. Are you making noises out here?
See, this kind of looks like a magician's wand, because it's got the two white ends. So I don't know. But you've got the bucket and you've got the bar of some kind, and it's right there.
Can you do it again?
Okay, I'll just keep walking, I guess.
Let's find this morgue.
So he checks the bucket.
You put it on the embalming table.
Yeah.
Now the embalming table, that is, it's designed the same way as an old school clawfoot tub. That is a big chunk of steel. It was made in a mold. They just pour the steel onto this big platform and then put another piece on top, and that's how it's molded. And other ones, they have the two pieces together, and then they pour the molten steel through the top, and then it comes out. Just like when you see the people on YouTube, making stars and swords and other kind of figurines in the sand. Same concept. And then they put the enameling on there. It's the same thing with the enameled cookware from the 50s and 60s and 70s.
Okay, if you are still here, can you talk? Who are? If you're asking who are we, I'm Dakota. This is Chelsea, Alex, Rick, Tanner. We're here just to talk to you. Do you have a message?
Careful, dude! What the? Who should we be careful of? We heard a lot of bad things about the superintendent. Can you tell us what he used to do to you?
Can I bring that over by the hall?
Go with her, Tanner.
There's somebody over here.
Can you play the piano?
Now look. Now the bucket's over here. But more is going on.
Piano again?
It was really faint, like the audio might not even have picked that up.
It did.
Closer. Hey, Charles.
Yeah?
I'm gonna have Tanner hit the high note, and you guys let me know if it's kind of what it sounded like.
Okay.
Tanner, you want to hit a high note?
That's not it.
Not it?
What about this one?
That was closer.
Yeah, that one was closer. There.
Yeah, that
That one. That?
one. Yeah.
Softer. Yeah.
It's angry at times. It's angry at times. So is that kind of what it sounded like?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The lighter, that note.
I just find it weird though that like we were kind of joking at the piano, just dinking around. We're gonna walk around. If you want to just follow us, talk to us.
We are
Be
being
cautious.
Thank you for the warning.
Once again, another warning.
Where are we going again?
We are going all the way to the top, where the dungeon is in the chicken coop.
So,
Now, this place is confusing because when you think dungeon, you think basement, but this place, the dungeon, is the attic, which is also the place where the kids were kept. But it was like one half was the dungeon where people were chained to the wall, and the other half was the kids. And so it's a really weird setup. Like, you have to, you got to be sick in the head to think that was a good way to help them.
right now?
Now, as somebody with an FCC license, I am licensed for GSMR or GMRS or gamers, and also ham radio. So I have the licenses for these things, and I hate using like standard walkie-talkies because you can interfere with those at any given time. But when you have a licensed radio, you can be on a frequency that if somebody else is using, that's a $10,000 fine, especially if they're playing around on it. So that's why I prefer those radios, because I've got a bunch of them. They're great for emergencies, but they're also great for doing investigations where you're further apart, because those have a 10 to 12 mile range depending on line of sight. In a building, you can talk back and forth. I did it in a tunnel system, and it was concrete tunnels going around to steel tunnels, and the tunnels, if you laid out one solid line of string, it was like 2.5 miles from one point to the other, and these radios could contact each other no problem. But a walkie-talkie, the Garmin walkie-talkies and the Motorola walkie-talkies could not clearly be heard. It was just mostly staticky and choppy. But the actual radios were great, because pretty much any tunnel structure, it focuses the radio frequency.
All right, I guess that's it. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Following you. Someone up here? Yo! Hold on! Stop!
What was that?
It's like the
Was that Chelsea or?
need help. I heard that though. It was a female voice.
What do you need help with?
I thought I heard a female voice.
Yeah.
Like an actual.
No! Absolutely not!
Let's go up there quick. You guys, what? What?
Someone is running upstairs.
No way.
100%, dude. We walked up to the attic. We didn't even get through the threshold of the door, and we heard someone running away from us.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All of us. This is what we're seeing right now. Pretty damn dark.
Who moved the bucket?
Not I.
It was in the center of the bar.
That's
when we were down here earlier.
No, I have no idea. I didn't even
And
notice
that
the
little
bucket.
piece of dowel was not there.
What?
No, I don't believe that that was there. And I know this was not hanging over the edge.
Do you know when you noticed the bucket? Was it when us three were down here or when us five were down here?
When all 5 of us were down here.
Okay.
And
Now, the thing is when they came through the first time, he looked in the bucket. They came through a second time. The bucket was still there next to it. Everybody separated, like they were there, and then they went off with the spirit box. And you glimpse it when they were doing the spirit box, and it was still in the same spot. Then they all split up again. You know, they went upstairs, and these guys went downstairs. And then everything happened. They rushed upstairs. During the time that they were up in the attic and then came down, this bucket moved, and so did the dowel. So, I mean, when they were doing the whole, you know, walking around with the spirit box, they didn't go near the desk. They just walked through. They walked right through. So it was moved while they were up in the attic.
I looked in it.
I bet you when we came down here, because we went to the piano first, one of our 4 cameras had to have looked at this direction. So we'll know when we edit this.
I hope so.
Where this bucket was before we went into the morgue. Because when we left the morgue too, we'll know if that bucket was in the middle or there.
I'm so glad you noticed that.
I would never have noticed that.
Part of me is hoping that I'm wrong.
But we'll... We've gone many hours now without any interaction with this superintendent. Can you tell us where that superintendent is tonight?
In the morgue.
Wait, were you talking to anybody in the morgue?
Are you the broken?
Yes.
It's very nice to meet you, Broken. Do you remember?
Now, the Estes method, I'm in a toss up for it because one, noise canceling headphones, if they're not, you know, over the ear like this, and they don't have a good seal, some outside sources still get in, which can affect the subconscious mind because you're trying to focus and then you hear something and then you hear something in the headphones which then leads you a specific direction. Especially there are groups out there that do the Estes method and they're screaming or yelling questions to somebody that is, you know, 5 feet away. So even with noise canceling headphones and the static, it still affects them. So to me, it is a very fine line between does it work and is it fake. So they do it right. They do quiet questioning. They give space. Elton and his crew, they do it great because sometimes they're not even in the same room, so there is no, you know, interference or anything that could lead somebody a specific way.
Your real name?
Can you tell us why you're so aggressive towards people? Why you seem to hate people?
Why do you choose to harm people in this room?
We were using another device in here earlier, and 2 different times we got a very distorted male, deep voice. Can that same person talk right now? Can you tell us where the superintendent is?
Last time we were here, we talked to the superintendent pretty much the whole entire time. Why hasn't he been speaking to us now?
I still don't know, like, if we're talking to a girl, a boy. Like, it's sad that it identifies as broken. Like, it doesn't even know who he or she is.
Yes.
To be honest,
Broken, are you with anybody else? Is anybody else with you right now? Or are you by yourself? Are you with other spirits, other people? Or are you by yourself? Can you just verify that for me?
9 children.
What's that?
I don't know. Wait, hold on. Play.
It's a whisper.
Yeah.
After you the question.
What is that?
I have
There's
no idea.
something there whispering.
It's like the
Yep.
creepiest voice.
Yep.
You said, can you tell us? Then you kind of paused. We must have been hearing something, but then there's like a just quick whisper.
Yep.
Can't make out any of the words. Maybe people watching, you can comment below what you heard there.
There's definitely a small voice that is whispering underneath that. Yeah, exactly. It's like
Sorry. But let's go back to the gear room. Because me and Tana, the whole time, we were doing an EVP session, but we cannot make out anything that it's saying.
So the thing is like you're going to hear a whisper, but we can't figure it out.
First question or the second question?
Second, it was my first question. Second question total.
You hear that?
Yeah, let me listen to that again.
In between, there's something there, but I can't figure it out.
We've been here for a very long time.
No.
I think before we do wrap things up, we should do one final thing. Last time we were here, every single one of us did a solo for an hour and a half at a time. And Alex goes in last and captures a jail cell door open. I feel like right now we are at that point where we've started up. I really think that, Rick, you should do a solo. It's up to you. Totally up to you.
Why not?
Let's go!
Big Rick energy!
Big Rick energy!
We've been here a very long time.
And right there.
Have you run out of energy?
I know it's late. We've been here a very long time.
Now that is now some people will be like, oh, it was just like a flicker across. But when I'm comparing the 2 different screens here, there is it looks like a pant leg, but only from like middle of the shin down to about the metatarsal. And it's completely see-through, and it just kind of floats like it's walking by. Like, was that somebody walking through, but that's the only part that could be seen?
Okay, I'm gonna get ready to go now. I'm going to probably head up to the jail cell. You all have been very kind, and I do appreciate that.
Scary, it was nerve-wracking. I kept waiting to hear bangs, thumps.
You did it, man. You did your first overnight. You did your solo. Like, what would you tell the viewers about your experience with an overnight with Project Fear?
What you see of the Project Fear team is exactly who they are. My biggest fear was you guys were going to be dicks when I got here.
Really?
I really was afraid that was what.
And, you know, that you run into that a lot with a lot of stars. I met a specific person that these guys used to work with, and I went to the museum, and that person was there, blew everybody off except for specific women. Blew guys off like, I'm too busy, and then all of a sudden, oh, I can take pictures with you. Oh, let me put my arms around you. And it was rude and disgusting, and it just seemed like they were there to pick people up and look for the next fling. But now you have all these people coming out, and there's just all these different paranormal groups. Some are great, some are horrible. Project Fear is absolutely amazing. The team is amazing. The dynamics are amazing. They talk with everybody. They have their own group chat. And then you have Elton and his crew. You've got Twin Paranormal. You've got Exploring Fighters. You've got Josh. You've got all these people, and they're amazing. Now, there was the Elton Corey thing. I am subscribed to both, so I can compare, you know, what was to what is, and the difference between the two versus what they used to be together. That way I can see everything at all times, because while I do support one over the other, I'm still watching the one that I don't have as much support for, because one, it's still good content. Granted, I see things the way that they are, and I do nitpick at different styles. So I'm still going to be there in heart, supporting, pushing, but I'm also going to be like, okay, that's a little bit too much for my blood, so this or that. These, again, support Project Fear, join the Fear Club, you know, just help them out, get them to where they need to be. Let's see if we can get them back on top. I would love to see them go and do an investigation at the Skinwalker Ranch. We had Jack Osborne and was it Jamie Kennedy? He took Jamie Kennedy out there. He did another one out there with somebody else. I can't remember who, but I mean the video that he shot where they're literally looking down into an open valley deal, and you see somebody and they're just walking, and then there's the vehicles over there, and then they start shining lights on the person, and the person just takes off into the hills. Well, they had this big 6-foot-something guy on their crew go down there and try to do the same thing, and he was at a pretty much dead sprint trying to make the same time, and he's in the same spot. I mean, you can see it on camera, same point to same point, and he can't make the same time in the same amount of steps. So the person or whatever had to be 9 feet tall. I mean, big, huge, gigantic strides, and it's like, wow, this is crazy. So I'd love to see them go to the actual, you know, Skinwalker Ranch, do an investigation out there. I know it's not, you know, the ghost paranormal, but it's still paranormal and crypto style, because, you know, skinwalkers and everything. So that's it for this one. I'll have this edited up, chopped up, and whatever, and hopefully I don't get a huge strike on this one like I did with one of them. One of them I had to I put it up, and then I got the strikes on there, and I had to, you know, do the refuting and everything, and then it took about a month, and then the one way back when, that one took forever. So far I've had 2 strikes, but they went away because the people didn't sue me. But when I did the specific musician's son's video and proved that he had posted false or faked evidence, I did receive an actual letter. It was a cease and desist letter, but my video is still up because, you know, freedom of speech and everything, so they couldn't really get me for that because it was my opinion and my views, and I was literally just putting it out there. So they basically said, okay, just don't do it again. And I'll do it again. I will. I'll go to court. I don't care. You can sue me for everything I'm worth. Yeah. What are you gonna get? My $800 computer, my, you know, $5,000 1990s pickup truck. You gonna take one of my dogs from me? Good luck. But I will see you guys on the next one.